Hello students, today we are going to see lithosphere 2 and exogenetic processes. Let us move. We are going to learn from this PPT. Define weathering, describe the different types of weathering, distinguish between physical and chemical weathering. Okay. What do you mean by first exogenetic processes? We have to see. In the previous chapter, you studied about endogenetic. Endo means under the earth, inside. So, in this chapter, we are going to see exo. Exo means outside, that is on the surface of the earth. What are all the processes that is going to happen with the help of agents of gradations like wind, river, glacier, etc. So exogenetic processes are nothing but it is a process that takes place or near the surface. These are also very destructive and they are responsible for degradation. Okay, and also sculpting the earth's surface. Let us see weathering. The weathering is nothing but the process that breaks down the rocks into smaller pieces. You can look at the picture how the rocks are broken. For simple example, I'll give you. For example, in front of the house you have an iron gate, isn't it? So that iron gate, after a long years, what happens? It gets rusted. That rusting we call it, because how it gets rusted, because of continuous rainfall and temperature falls on it, it gets rusting, isn't it? So that is also called weathering. When the continuously temperature and rainfall falls on the rocks, what happens? The rock gets weathered. Okay, it breaks into smaller pieces. That is called weathering. Is it clear, children? So for example, see, water collects in rock, how the rocks get cracked. For look at the picture, water collects in rock cracks, then it freezes and it expands, then the rock makes the crack to widen. Then ice thaws, contracts, again the water gets deeper into the cracks. So continuously repeated expansion and contraction, what happens? It causes the cracks till the rocks divides into pieces. Okay. So this is how the rocks weathered. So there are three types of weathering. They are physical, chemical and biological weathering. So physical weathering is nothing but whenever the rocks are broken into smaller pieces, there will not be any chemical change in it. So that we call it as physical weathering. It is also called as what? Mechanical weathering. What are all the factors that affects physical weathering? If you take ice wedging. So ice wedging is nothing but that water, when it seeps, as I showed you in the previous slides itself, the water gets deeper into the cracks. What happens? It makes the rocks to crack. Okay. So into smaller pieces. Then release of pressure also. The surface rocks erodes, like that is exfoliation, like onion layers. Then growth of plants also. In between the rocks you can see the growth of plants. That also makes the roots of the plant will make the rocks to crack. Then animal burrowing, for example rabbit burrow the rocks, isn't it? So that also. Then abrasion, that is abrasion is nothing but sand and rock carried by the wind, water, glacier. So when the rocks collide, mostly this happens in the windy areas. Okay. Take the types of physical weathering. One is block disintegration. Can you look at the picture? The rocks are broken into like a building blocks. So that is called as block disintegration. That is a continuous heating and cooling makes the rocks to expand and contract. See what happens? These are all on the surface of the earth. What happens when the sunlight falls on the rocks? Even the rainfall falls on the rocks. So this in the hot desert, the day temperature are very high, whereas night It will be very cool in the desert. So all this makes the rocks to disintegrate into smaller blocks. That is known as block disintegration. This is physical weathering. It is visible to us. Okay. So exfoliation. Exfoliation, simple example I'll give you, an onion. Onion, when you peel the skin of the onion, how it will be? It will come like a layers. So you can look at the picture how the rocks broken into layers. So this is because of intense heating of the rocks outer layer. Okay. So since the rocks are very poor conductor of heat, what happens? The inner layer remains almost unaffected. Okay. The outer layers of the rocks subsequently peel off like layers. So that is known as exfoliation. Next one is frost action. Frost action is also one of the physical weathering process, especially in cold climatic areas. So where the snow falls, where you can see freezing and melting of water, that also makes the rocks to crack and split them into fragments, that is pieces. So that is known as what? Frost action. One is the factors that affecting chemical weathering. Chemical weathering is water, oxygen, acid rain, living organism, carbon dioxide. So water dissolves rock chemically also. So even oxygen that has iron in it mixes with oxygen and rust. Then carbon dioxide, if you take, it dissolves in rainwater and weathers marble and limestone. Marble and limestone, marble is a sedimentary rock, isn't it? So and limestone also sedimentary rocks. So those rocks get weathered, and living organisms, that is acids from plants and the roots, chemically make the rock to weather. Then acid rain, when it falls on the rocks, it also gets weathered. Okay, weathered. So the chemical weathering is nothing but process of breaking down the rocks through chemical changes. So in the previous physical weathering, no, without the chemical change, just the rocks split into pieces, isn't it? Whereas here the chemical weathering, it breaks down the rock through chemical changes. So it is not a formation of new compounds or formation of new substances. So there are various chemical processes, that is oxidation, hydrolysis and acid solution. See each one in detail. So the oxidation is nothing but what? The atmospheric oxygen present, it reacts with the rocks to produce oxides. So it is especially observed on ferrous mineral, that is iron, rusting of iron, as I already told you that the gate will get weathered when continuously sunlight and rocks falls on it. So that is one best example for oxidation. Then carbonic acid, that is CO2 plus water, it gives carbonic acid. Carbon dioxide plus water combines carbonic acid, isn't it? That also makes what? Feldspar and calcite found in the rocks. Then hydration. Hydration is the process in which water is absorbed by the minerals of the rocks. That is hydration. So its volume increases and the grains lose their shape. So here also feldspar change into kaolin through hydration. The next one is solution. It is nothing but where the minerals get dissolved in water. For example, when the rainfall falls on the rocks, the minerals like rock salt and gypsum present in the rocks are removed through this process, that is solution. Biological weathering. Biological, as the name indicates, the plants and the animals makes the rocks to break down. For example, burrowing animals like earthworms, rats, rabbits, termites and ants break down the rocks. So this disintegrated rocks can be easily eroded by wind. Okay, so that is known as biological. So the best example, earthworm and termites makes the rocks to disintegrate. For that is 1,50,000 of earthworms in an acre. They convert 10 to 15 tons of rock mass into good soil. You can look at the picture. Okay, so physical and chemical weathering. So physical and chemical weathering, let us see the difference. Physical weathering, as I already told you, it is just the disintegration of rocks into pieces. That is, physically it breaks into pieces. That is known as physical weathering. Whereas chemical weathering is decomposition of the rocks. That is, the minerals present in the rocks convert into new substances. That is known as chemical weathering.